Rhythmic, high-tempoed soul was blasting from somewhere, so let her shifted listlessly in the dirt, and the gritty cityscape smoldered stank, fertile and young, on a torrid New York afternoon. Two beefeaters stood at the gate of Washington Square, their tasseled bright red and white uniforms untouched by the smear lines from a million plastic bag exchanges. A kid chasing his Tonka down the sidewalk stopped to check them out, but mostly they seemed taken for granted, taken for another tedious off-Broadway stunt. Chicano teenagers gathered around the hot-wire Dodge. Their one lady friend looked hoochie, but deadly rude. She tired every morsel. The driver stashed his dent, pulled her under the seat, and tried to pull her in the window, starting another session of what seemed a limitless game of brawl. As two of the desperados stepped in as alternate protectors, while the other three pawed at her furious but unretiring show of its listeners. Not far from them, a couple middle-aged town gossip ladies and their chaperones, squire of peace-stained bathing suits, walked their squat, minuscule, sweatered and pearled, but thoroughly unattractive little dogs. Peacefully interested people started with the red Cubs flash, while several bowed heads across the square. The guilty ones turned off the sirens by jacking up the volume on the soul. Looking down on them from the dream of toilet paper-strewn trees, the shepherd of an all-white fraternity aims imaginary rifle fire directly at their heads from his office. And that, my friend, is the ball in the hat. Someone stole his camera and pawned it to his cemetery dog. The only way you know whether you were alive or whether you were dead is whether the whole thing seems pointless or not. Which is why Rutabaker always substitutes improving his livelihood for the off chance of finding a human ear. My favorite hobos don't have to believe in miracles. Thinking about the trucks that spent 3 hateful hours in this town speeding past the glowing utilitarianism of these unutterably useless souls born here who never leave, I suddenly spotted this scrumptious senso seductus knew I was staggering at times, and a Spanish fly came buzzing into the room and landed on my lap. She looked at me like an albino, enough to draw the leer I once caught in the mirror, and wondered not that I had been turned down so often, but rather how infrequently I had been slapped. You were the plot. You, yes, you, stupid. You were the kids driving their big wheels down the abandoned bowling alleys by flashlight. You were the rock that tempts observers to Vanna cathedrals. You were the hustle make-believe menu smuggled from the Vendu's lucid swampland waste. She is the spice-bright luminescent fantasy you poured anguishing on her mincing cow hairs when you first beheld that rude bang hors d'oeuvre. And she doesn't even recognize you. You have eaten the eyeball, grown in the flower of reflection. You who have preached that helicopter dung be forgotten, Alzheimer's forgiven, and no one can hear you nattering, seething at the cobweb, skinhead kick, bug-crawling Irish beard, cancer blob, comatose asleep in a lake of his own piss at a church door nailed shut with his crucifixion. You've swept these floors, spray-painted these alleys, turned these schoolgirls into unpaid whores, working in real estate for their dignity. With 40 grand a year coming in, you were worthless. They don't care about you. And the fact is a bus token, a Bazooka Joe laugh, but nobody's given you poison. Nobody's called you dancing bear. Your lukewarm, anonymous, blue-collar enigma couldn't be mistaken. You were the feudal, semi-good guy, too medium weight to be a Kafka bug. This is your dossier from the Notary Public, marked NYC. Take it for what it's worth off a bus to Old Port, Utah, and hear the Mormon politician jokes before you die.